Hello, my name is Clive Call, and this is my presentation, When Fair is Fair. Everyone has agency. We can choose to obey our teachers and parents or to disobey. Rewards are often used to motivate people to use their agency wisely. I often notice at school that the disobedient students ended up with more rewards than those who obeyed the rules on a consistent basis. In our society, we like to think that when people obey the rules on a consistent basis, they receive more rewards. But this is not always the case. Sometimes those who are rarely obedient get more rewards simply because we want so bad for them to improve. As an example, the prodigal son got a party thrown for him the moment he came home, despite squandering his inheritance and riotous living. His forgotten-about brother, however, had no party thrown for him, even though he stayed and worked for his dear old dad his whole life. This idea that the disobedient might get more rewards is interesting. I decided to carry out a research study at an elementary school to see if this idea was actually true. I got permission to survey 5 different elementary school classes totaling 107 students. I asked them to report on how many total rewards they got. Then, in a separate survey, I asked their teachers to report on the obedience levels. I also asked the students if they thought the reward system was fair. In this primary research study, I am attempting to discover and answer 3 research questions. Research question 1. Who actually gets more rewards, the obedient or the disobedient? As we can see in this graph, the worst behaved have way more rewards than all the other groups, and the best behaved have the third most. Research question 2. Does the fact that the disobedient have more rewards bother those who are well behaved? Here, I measured the extent to which kids thought the reward system was fair. And lo and behold, not only did the disobedient love the system, but the best behaved felt the most dissatisfied by it. Research question 3. What role does the teacher or leader play? Here, I looked at average obedience levels and total rewards by class. You would think that more total rewards will lead to more total obedience, but that was not the case in my data. Class 5 has way more average rewards than all the other classes, but their obedience levels are almost identical to those other classes with half that many rewards. So what does this all mean? How can we make reward systems more fair? Step 1, consistency. Consistently connect rewards with behavior. Step 2, manage the whole group. Realize that individuals notice how others are rewarded, and this affects whether they think the system is fair. Step 3, leaders matter. Total rewards are less important than the leader's ability to distribute them fairly. This is the parable of the lost sheep, and in this parable, the shepherd goes after the one sheep that is lost and leaves the other 99 to fend for themselves. To be clear, I'm not claiming that there is no value in trying to rescue people who need the help getting on the right track. I'm claiming that the shepherd needs to make sure the 99 are okay before leaving, because he could be in danger of losing them as well. In conclusion, people need to give rewards out on a consistent basis. Also, a future research study could look at whether positive reinforcements work at all. I have noticed that sometimes people disobey even if you bribe them with a reward. You have to find the right motivation for the right person. Thank you for listening to my presentation.